Greetings, fellow ghouls and specters alike. Your ghost host with the most, Jacob Weil here.
And Blue Dragon 5, here to engage in some haunted holiday hijinks by trudging through the catacombs and dusting off the cobwebs to recount our spooky selection of Halloween classics.
So light the jack-o'-lanterns, suit up, and grab the candy dish as we revive and recount tonight's spooky selection. Courage the Cowardly Dog, the Demon in the Mattress.
Ha ha ha!
So that's right, folks. It's our annual Courage the Cowardly Dog selection.
Yes.
So every year it's become a tradition to do something involving Courage the Cowardly Dog. And funnily enough, we've already talked about another cowardly dog earlier this haunted holiday hijinks. So it actually kind of works out and it works out well.
Oh, true.
So Dragon, tonight we're talking about the demon in the mattress. What do you have to say about this one?
Yeah, so this was always kind of a standout Courage episode. It's a nice, simple, straightforward, just kind of a good example of what kind of stuff we usually do with Courage. It wasn't really, but it's also one that's unique in that our bad guy is not say a Katz or a LeQuack. It's Muriel. It's it's
In
so
a
it's
way.
very in a way, yeah, in a way. So it's very memorable in the sense of like, well, Muriel's kind of the bad guy, which is so rare, and the way in which we do that is, well, she's possessed very demonically. Yeah, so it's a lighthearted Exorcist parody, to say the least, but certainly some memorable lines and some memorable gags.
Yep, some quotes even lifted directly from The Exorcist.
Yeah, I mean, kick him in the dishpan, roo roo roo. I mean,
Yep.
That's right from The Exorcist.
Yep, exactly, word for word from The Exorcist.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh yeah, but like the whole "in here with us" line, that is like directly lifted from The Exorcist. Like almost, like, but as you were saying,
yeah, but it's no dishpan line.
nope. Recommend the rice bread. Woo, woo, woo.
Kick him in the dishpan. Ooh.
And then, like, speaking of, like, just to jump in a bit, I love like this. I think this is like before the computer like developed that snarky personality. I mean, the little trace of it there, but I just still love like when Courage like gives Eustace the incantation. He's like questioning, and Courage is like, it's like I didn't write it.
Yep.
But yeah, like this episode, funnily enough, this episode hasn't really stood out to me that much, and like in terms of like remembering watching it. I think we're all more familiar with the episode this is paired with, which is Freaky Fred.
So I mean, by proxy of that, it's memorable even for companion purposes.
Yeah, I know, but if we hear more people talking about that one, obviously.
I think what is it? Is this one happen then Fred, or is that what's the order on that? You think
it's Demon then Fred?
Yeah, okay, there you go. That's what I'm saying. This is the teaser for Fred, and it's like, oh man, that was a heck of an adventure. Where the heck do we go after that? Then
naughty,
so naughty. It's trippy that we actually talked with Freaky Fred.
Oh god. The thing is, like, Freaky Fred himself doesn't actually harm anyone. It's just so freaky. But anyway, yeah, like, and funny enough, the Demon Knight in this episode really doesn't hurt anyone either. It's just Muriel's just possessed.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of like her head popping off when she does the whole turn, like that's the most like body horror that happens in this episode.
Mm.
I mean, do you think so, Dragon? Or
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's the head. It's like, well, let's just take the Exorcist one step further. Well, when she does the head thing, it actually practically happens. It's like, well,
It pops
heads aren't
off.
supposed to go that way, so it
No.
pops off. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Like, and even then, like there are other episodes that do go further into body horror.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one you always like mention with that is like the fungus on the foot.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Nah, oh, that's nasty. But how about we get into the episode then?
Let's do it.
Yes. So the episode begins basically where Muriel is in bed and experiencing problems with the lumpy mattress.
She demands a new mattress, and I can't really fault her because I mean the springs are literally coming out of this thing.
Yeah, I mean I can see why. I mean, heck, even Eustace seems to be up for it.
Yeah, so he is looking for it on the cheap though, and he sees a special on mattresses where the big tagline is "Change your life forever."
I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, that's more than what Eustace usually does. Go a lot of times, like he does it, but he does it cheap. But here, usually he moans about having to do it. Here, he's just doing it for the, you know, that's what I'm trying to say here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but you're right, he is doing it for cheap, looking in the newspaper, which, to be fair, is a good way to find things for cheap. But it's all like, of course, Muriel ignores all the red flags when she calls them. Like, we know your address.
It's soft, smooth, no lumps.
No, and that was basically what sold her was the no lumps.
Uh-huh. Like, oh, we live it. We know the address. We've been waiting for you. And Courage is very suspicious of this.
I mean, rightfully so.
Okay, so we have our two creepy delivery guys who come back now and again. Our two creepy delivery guys on this horse-drawn carriage bring the green mattress with a monster face on it, hence the demon.
Yep. We have a comment from Richard's victims. This show is the best children's horror show.
True, technically we could like do every episode in the series for Hijinks. So we're
I mean, probably not every single.
Well, I mean almost every episode. Yes, almost.
I know, but I was just being pedantic.
Yes,
but we really could. I mean, like we could like dedicate an entire haunted holiday hijinks to Courage and not even cover like the entire first season.
Yep.
Considering like we only do 13 of these a year.
Yep.
That wouldn't even cover the first season, quite frankly. Even though we've had done Night at Cat's Motel. Did we ever do the Chicken from Outer Space?
Honestly, that one I don't think so, but it has been a while and we've done so many Courage episodes, it is a little hard to keep track.
I mean, because technically that's not part of the series. That was like the short that led to its creation.
Which is why I'm doubting it, but I don't know.
Yeah, either way.
All right, so Mattress. It's on its way. Got creepy delivery guys. One of them with like this bad eye keeps scaring Courage just for giggles.
And keeps hissing at him too.
All right, so Eustace, he's let's see. So Eustace is sleeping in his chair. He doesn't need a mattress. He can sleep in his chair.
No, sir, not getting out of this chair.
Yeah, okay, so we have. All right, let's see. So we have the lighting here. Yeah, this lighting. We have like the green lighting in the room when the mattress is put in there. Courage tries to warn Muriel, but before she takes a nap, but she does.
It's like she actually like he's trying to warn her, and she actually like smacks him away a little bit.
Well, it's more like that. She swats him away. It's like she's not like, hitting him or anything. She's like, okay, get out of here.
It's like one of the few times she's actually kind of physical with Courage.
Old ladies like sleep, Jacob. It's very important to them.
Trust me, Dragon, I'm well aware of that fact.
I would hope so.
I mean, Dragon, I'm only 28 and I'm fond of sleep.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, old ladies really value sleep. They need sleep.
Yeah, Dragon, I know everybody needs sleep, but old ladies especially.
Yes, it's a big thing with them.
But like I said, this is one of the few times where she's like even like physical with Courage, or even like straight up kind of a little angry at him.
Well, she's like bothered by him, not really angry.
I know, but it still doesn't happen that much though.
Mm-hmm.
Usually she's like, "Oh, thank you, Courage," or "What a good dog."
Okay. So, nappy by for the farmer's wife here. She's hitting the sack. Courage digs up a ladder. I like that we kind of set up Courage like all these buried things all over the farm.
Richard's victims is like, "I can confirm I am an old lady."
Well, I mean, I don't think it was ever in question. I mean, come on.
Even earlier with our talking about that, he says, "You're not perfect." That's
Yep.
one of the ones in consideration.
I know Tiki keeps begging us to cover. I don't know if we have covered that yet or not.
Well, we'll have to look into it.
We talk about it so much, it's like every time we read Courage, just let me tell you about that "I'm not perfect" episode.
Well, the only scary thing in that episode is that weird 3D thing.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's not really one of those scary episodes.
Yeah.
At least if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he digs up a ladder in the backyard. I don't know why Courage buried a ladder in the first place. But
Well, for this very moment, Jacob, duh, he's going to need to climb a ladder to see what's going on when he's locked out of the room.
Yep,
Wake up, man. This is why dogs bury ladders. It's very straightforward, okay? Dogs will bury ladders to climb ladders.
And I suppose they also bury nightgowns when they need to perform exorcisms.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Like
so it's like we actually see the possession happen, like the smoke or magic or whatever you want to call it. It basically seeps into Muriel's nostrils.
Yep, it goes in through the nose, and she levitates, and the ladder breaks.
Courage and Felix snaps the ladder in half.
Kind of the more cinematic version of that gag from Animal House. Let's see. So Eustace, he doesn't get. Eustace is just terrible at charades. Like, what do you think? How much of it do you think he just doesn't care versus how much of it is like Eustace maybe just thinks it's charades?
I'm guessing it's a little bit of both. At least, and maybe at least early on.
It feels like Courage would be the easiest person to play charades with because he can literally shapeshift into what he's,
Maybe. Well, who knows? Maybe the shapeshifting is just for our benefit, or when maybe they can't see it. Who knows? For all we know. Because either that or Eustace is just so used to Courage shapeshifting at this point that he's like desensitized.
Well, no one ever brings up the Courage as the ability to shapeshift.
I don't know. It's like I don't know because dogs can shapeshift all the time. Didn't you know?
Jacob, I'm not a Philistine. Of course I know that.
Well, you're accusing me earlier.
So you know what? It does make you think though. Maybe Courage would be an excellent pet for Loki.
They probably would. I mean,
Loki. I know Loki's always going for like the alligator and stuff, but
I think Loki would probably scare Courage.
That's what I'm saying. But I think Loki would enjoy it though.
Like,
what if Eustace actually likes scaring Courage, but keeping around to scare him? That sort of thing. I think that's what Loki would do.
Yeah, it's like they would be trading one pet owner for another. Then,
like, Mobius, look at my shape-shifting dog. He's really cool. Look at this.
It's like, Loki, where did you get this dog?
It doesn't matter what I got him. Just watch what he does, Mobius. It's wonderful.
It's like, he's just standing there shaking, Loki. You're terrifying the poor thing.
Like, dog. Tell Mobius what we did today. Loki, why is he shapeshifting to a jet ski? Did you go on a jet ski today? What is this?
It's like, I didn't want him to spoil the surprise, Mobius.
Loki, did you get a jet ski?
Yes.
Okay, anyway, let's anyway.
I think the TVA version of Loki would probably get along well with Courage, though.
Yeah, it would.
But post Phase 4 Loki would probably get along with Courage.
Yeah, Phase 1 Loki would just kick him.
Yeah, literally.
Or throw him out a window, really high window.
Yep. Or like,
grab him by the throat and say "stupid dog" and then throw him. And you're like, ah.
yeah. Or he'd do it. He'd pretty much do all that stuff.
Anywho,
Yes.
in all seriousness about our pink, scared dog show.
I thought it was. I always called him purple. He is more pink, but I always thought he was purple.
Well, when in shadow, he's purple.
Yes.
Right. So, Courage lifts Eustace after he doesn't get he carries Eustace to the bedroom to see like a completely green Muriel with red hair, sharp teeth, saying, "Join me." Which, by the way, is not just to The Exorcist, but also it's something that other things have adopted based on The Exorcist, like Evil Dead, for example. Evil Dead, especially the first movie, with all the deadite possession stuff. It's like, "Join us, Ash," something like that.
And it is probably a good thing it didn't go like too far into like the parodies of The Exorcist. There's like some things that probably could not be added from that movie into this.
No, true.
Or at least stuff that we probably wouldn't want to see anyway.
There's like kind of a rude removal version of this episode where we have like all the curses, from Muriel that we just kind of excise from the episode.
Pretty much. Or the version you've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
In reference to one of the versions of The Exorcist.
Yeah.
So anyway, like Eustace actually does see the horror this time and appropriately reacts in fear.
The head spins as she laughs, and and then the head completely falls off. And
it's like, can you lend me a hand?
Can one of you boys let? And I said, I can't prove this, but I like to think the voice actor is going for kind of a Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund-esque kind of delivery here, because a lot of it's like the punny kind of dialogue with like the deep voice sounds a little Freddy Krueger-esque to me.
I mean, Freddy's voice is a little bit deeper than that sometimes. Like,
well, I'm not saying it's a 1-for-1. I'm just saying maybe not. I don't know. It's just kind of reminds me a little of Englund.
That is fair. I mean, it does sound more similar to what Mercedes McCambridge did in that Exorcist movie, But I do see where it comes. It's like a cross between her and Robert Englund.
So Courage and Eustace, they team up. This is rare. It's a very Tom and Jerry getting along, like once in a blue moon kind of thing. Apparently, it's the first time they legitimately actually teamed up in the show.
It does help that's like only like the 4th episode in the series.
True.
Or 3rd, depending on if you go by HBO Max's count.
Well, it's also if you go by the segments too. So I mean, technically, it's probably maybe 8. Who knows?
Yeah.
Depending. Then you have like the pilot. So let's not get bogged down in the details. Point being, it's early on.
It's like early in season 1.
There you go. So, and it doesn't happen often. That's the main point. In fact, these two are actually working together here. So later that night, dang, Mattress gave her nightmares.
It did more than that.
We can't just sit here all night. Encourages this great line of like,
what do
you mean we?
It's like he's perfectly content with just sitting there.
Yeah.
And then he has, yep, go on.
I gotta admit, Jacob, your courage is okay, but nowhere near as good as your grommet.
Yeah,
all your dog impressions. I mean, your grommet impressions, like it's beyond repose. Like that.
I spent all my time practicing grommet.
I mean, I don't mean the whole conversation here, but it's just like, I mean, it feels like a disservice if you don't just for a moment give Richard's victims, give the folks out there like a little taste of your superb and just dazzling grommet impression. Like, I'll count you down, okay? I want you to do it for the folks. Can you do that?
Yes, Dragon.
Can you handle it?
I can handle it.
Okay. So I know there's a bit of a strike going on, and I don't want to pressure you. I'm going to do a little acting for us here, like really dig deep on it, okay?
I'm digging, Dragon.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, grommet. Bravo! Oh my God! Did you see that?
Thank you.
Oh my God! See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, forget any attempts at courage. Just do the old grommet hour, man. It's like, yes. I mean, like, That's amazing. We could do a whole podcast with you this wrong. It'd be amazing. You don't even need anyone else on for that. You can just start and just go and just like as Grom. It'll be stunt. It'll be scintillating airtime.
It took forever to perfect the eyebrows.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so
like Richard's victims thought it was an impression of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to wear a mask for that one.
Well, no, you just need. Well, you just need glasses or a black T-shirt and a hat for that one.
Yeah, then put on like a painted William Shatner mask.
Yeah.
I need to. It's all about getting into character, Dragon. That's what acting is. It's getting into character. Like
right.
if I'm going to be Michael Myers, I need to wear the appropriate gear.
Right. Anyway, enough of this Halloween talk.
Yeah, funnily enough, talking about Halloween.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that Halloween talk. Let's focus on our other our Halloween adjacent talk.
Have you guys ever actually talked about Halloween the movie?
No.
Oh.
So
that's kind of surprising, actually.
Yes.
But so Courage doesn't want to do anything about it.
Eustace is like, well, she likes you. You go check on her. Man. Basically,
I may be man's best friend, but this is ridiculous.
Let's go, and he just tosses him up there practically, and so he enters the cold room, and we hear demonic sounds and like the echo on the voice, closer.
If I'm going to be Michael Myers, I need to be Michael Myers. I need to kill babysitters. That's what acting is.
Well, babysitters are barely people anyway, so you know.
Like my mom was a babysitter when she was when that movie came out, basically.
Wait, really? I didn't scare her off from it?
No, I think it was like before them. Well, no, it was actually she was a babysitter when the movie When a Stranger Calls came out. But she was a babysitter when she was younger.
Right, so she's really good at sitting on babies. What do you want me to tell you? Just make sure you don't go anywhere.
All right.
Anyway. Fun fact, Jesse Eisenberg's mother was a party clown.
Nice.
Just random little factoid for the kids out there.
At least our Halloween talk was tangentially related.
She was a non-scary clown, I'll have you know, though.
Like I said, that's even less related then.
Yes.
But it is a fun fact, though.
Yeah. All right. Anywho.
Into the cold, dark room where the demon resides inside Muriel, still napping.
Yeah, but she's awake, and she's like, it would be lovely if I could have a cup. And a little pause goes by and flips off the covers and reveals a little tea set.
Of tea! And Courage just briefly scared the tea before getting a more like a confused look on his face.
That's what I'm saying, is really the possessed Muriel here is not really, she is kind of acting like Muriel, just with a much gruffer voice.
Pretty much. And he's like, what?
All right, so then Courage demands, like, what are you doing with Muriel?
She's in here with us.
So then she slips out for a second, Courage, help me. And it's like, oops, slipped out. You're not going to get away with this. So then they thumb wrestle.
Oh, boy.
It's very impressive given Courage. A person does not have thumbs.
Nope.
It has like 3 little baby paws.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for creatures without opposable thumbs to thumb wrestle.
I mean, he does pretty well, though, considering he has no thumbs.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I mean, he holds his own, almost gets him, but then, loses the thumb wrestling.
Aww.
Well, but again, he had no thumb, so he had no chance, but he made a good effort. He made a valiant effort.
He should have automatically been disqualified by default.
So what do we do after we embarrass ourselves trying to one-up the other person? We go to the internet for revenge.
That's I think this was before the computer developed the snarky personality it became known for.
Right.
I mean, it still had
kind of a snooty Britishness to it, but yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't as what's the word I'm looking for?
Sardonic?
Yeah, that. It was it still helped and had the snootiness, but it wasn't just as rude to its users.
It wasn't the opposite of user friendly.
No.
User unfriendly.
It's like, remember, its most famous line is "You twit."
Yep. So in this case, the types he asked about the exorcism essentially. Exorcist. Like I said, he types it out, and he prints it out and says, "Good luck, kid."
He's like,
So, what do we need for the Jacob? Walk us through the exorcism. What do we need?
well, we need a flowing a flowing robe.
Which I think traditionally meant is supposed to be like a clergy thing, but I think the interpretation here is like, well, obviously we don't have that, so let's borrow some of Muriel's.
It's a nightgown that Courage buried for some reason.
What cracks me up? Apparently buried two of them, which is even funnier.
And one for Eustace and one for himself. I was like interpreted as like he took the one that Eustace was wearing and.
I mean, it's possible, I guess. But regardless, it's just the fact that it's not only the nightgown, but just to complete the ensemble. They're wearing like the little like hair knit thing, like the shower cap, but for sleeping.
It's a nightcap.
Really, it's called a nightcap for women?
I think so.
Because I know, like, they have, like, when you wear, like, the Scrooge outfit, you're wearing the nightcap. I know he does. I guess for women, it's the same thing.
I could be mistaken on that, then.
We're not fashion experts, as you can probably guess.
I mean, I look nice when I can dress up, but I
mean, we can be fashionable, but not experts, Jacob. We're not sartorialists.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, people know, like, like fashion and seamstress stuff.
Oh, all right. Then, yeah, we're definitely not that.
Like costuming.
Yeah, we're definitely not that then.
No, I mean we have incredible fashion sense, but
I mean, I look good in a suit.
Well, I'll take your word on that.
Yeah, I'm not going to send you any pictures, Dragon.
Well, I don't want any pictures. I'm just going to take your word on it.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and then an incantation.
Jacob, tell the folks what the incantation is. Like, Eustace is reading the incantation. What does it say?
I wish I had it written down.
All right, I'll do
it. Trust me, I wish I did.
Let's see. Hullabaloo and howdy do.
Hullabaloo and howdy do.
Well, no, yes, a hullabaloo and howdy do. Musty prawns and Timbuktu.
Musty prawns and Timbuktu?
Yeltsy by hippity doo.
Yeltsy by hippity doo.
Well, he questions the last one. He doesn't really question all of it.
I know. I'm just doing the gag.
Yeltsy by and hippity doo. Kick him in the dishpan. Hoo hoo hoo. Kick him in the dishpan. Hoo hoo hoo. Courage just shrugs like, oh.
He's like, I didn't write this thing.
Blame Friedkin. Don't blame me. Friedkin wrote this.
It's like,
no, he didn't. I'm kidding. It'd be really funny if he did, though.
Friedkin didn't write the movie. Anyway, if anything, that would be William Peter Blatty.
All right, fine. That guy wrote it.
But I don't think that's the actual. Obviously, that's not the actual.
No. It'd be 100. The Exorcist would be 100 times better if that were actually the incantation. But no,
it would ruin the tone of the movie.
Yeah, but it'd be funny though.
Yeah, like it would clash with the rest of the movie.
You can write your dream version of The Exorcist, and I'll write mine. Okay, I'll have my version, which we say to the little girl, kick him in the dishpan, hoo hoo hoo. All right.
Yeah, sure. But so anyway, they have Eustace goes on. They have Eustace actually go up and actually try to perform the exorcism, but he gets too nervous in it. And it doesn't.
Yep.
And it doesn't.
He jokes.
Yep.
Courage is cheering him on the side initially, like yeah, but then Eustace botches it, and Muriel's mocking him, and he's like, "Yay, farmer!"
With like a little white flag.
Yeah, a little reminiscent of the genie from Aladdin.
Like Jafar, he's our man. If he can't do it, great. Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we have like the tongue gag here. It's a little weird, when the Muriel possessed demons like has this giant icky tongue and licks Eustace.
I mean, Probably beats being vomited on, though.
Well, that happens too. It happens right after that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still like
Vomits like copious amounts of ectoplasm.
Yeah, it's probably better than. But I don't want either one to happen to me. But I'd probably rather be licked.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least I know that's just like it's gross, but it's just saliva and not vomit or whatever ectoplasm stuff is.
That we go the full haunter on Jacob then.
I'd rather choose neither one. But if I was given the choice,
Yep.
he slimed me.
He slimed me.
Yeah,
That's great. All right, so Courage. Let's see. So Courage gives it a try, and
would you like? And the nightgown is far too big on him.
yeah, nightgown's far too big on him, and he's given the incantation. Initially, there's a fear that maybe it didn't take because he has kind of like the dog speech impediment.
Like he's the. Usually he can. The funny thing is he can speak just fine, unless that's just like speaking to the audience. But he's actually tried to speak, and then it comes out like that.
Yeah, but also he can't speak. Most of the time, we actually does speak. It's in panic dribble.
Yep.
You know, like the whole like the.
Like they basically paid Marty Grabstein to just do a bunch of.
Well, basically, honestly,
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's great at it.
remind me, did you ever get a chance to meet Grabstein?
No, but he's actually going to be at this year's GalaxyCon.
Well, you should ask him if he got that idea from Lou Costello, because Costello would do that in Abbott Costello Made Frankenstein when he would he would babble incoherently trying to tell Bud Abbott what he saw. Yeah, because he was like, when he walked like this.
Yep. Like I said, I haven't actually met him yet. Have you ever met Marty?
Marty Grabstein, no, I haven't.
Like I remember we actually talked to Paul Scheffler, who was like, I don't know if he voices the demon here, but I mean,
no, he does not. I checked, he does not voice the demon here. No.
Then who does?
Well, it's more of it's kind of a one-off character guy. I don't really know him.
Ah, all right. But
it's Tom something. It's Tom something. I don't know what the.
We did actually talk to Paul Scheffler, which was really cool.
Yes.
But I'll try and remember the question about for Marty when I see him.
Let's ask him where he got the idea from, and maybe if it was Lou Costello or not, or inspired a little bit by Lou Costello.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's fantastic at the panic noises.
Yep.
So anyway, Courage actually manages to perform the exorcism, and it escapes from Muriel.
But sadly, Eustace. To be fair, Eustace actually is putting in effort this episode, which is so rare.
Yeah, which actually makes his ending kind of sad in a way.
Yeah. Eustace actually didn't do anything really bad this episode. The worst thing he did was take Courage off the chair for breakfast.
Yeah, and then send him upstairs to check on Muriel.
Well, someone actually had to do that, though. I was like, well, she likes you. I mean, it was more like, hey, go do the right thing. I'm a selfish old farmer. Do the right thing, kid.
It takes another note from The Exorcist and goes straight into the demon goes straight into Eustace.
Yep, goes right into Eustace. He walks in wearing a hazmat suit after being vomited on.
I don't really blame him on that.
Yep, and he's giving the incantation, and he is possessed. Courage is biting Eustace, and then Muriel hits Eustace with the rolling pin. Bam!
And they roll him up in the mattress.
Yep, and chain him.
With the Courage just pulls out of freaking nowhere.
Hammer space.
Yes.
Hammer time.
The question is, if he has access to hammer space, why did he need to dig that stuff?
Well, Jacob, there are limits to what.
limits to hammer space.
For example, cartoon mallet, easy hammer space. Cartoon mallet, maybe I think the most you can push is an anvil. All right, but like a giant ladder. I mean, no, it's too tall. I mean, no one would be able to carry that.
Anvilania brand advils.
Sure.
Anyways, but he pulls like a chain that's bigger than him, like probably bigger even than the ladder.
No.
and wraps up the mattress.
Okay, immediately there's a question where to get it's less the lock, more where to get the chains from, Jacob.
That's what I said. The chain is like bigger than the ladder.
I thought you meant the lock is bigger than the ladder, but yeah.
The chain, he pulls he pulls that out of nowhere and wraps the mattress up.
All right, fine. It's a cartoon. Happy? The illusion is spoiled. It's all fake. It's all animation. It's all 2D lies, my friend.
Dragon, I'm just having a bit here.
Yes.
I know, Dragon. I know very well the fact that it's a cartoon.
Yes.
We can't all just pull giant chains and locks out of our pants.
Well, not easily, at least.
No, it'd be spotted very easily.
You don't want to know how to make that work. Trust me. I know some very deranged party clowns. You don't want to ask them how they do it.
Oh God.
They will tell you stories and like all the other. It's a whole thing. There's a lot of prep time, and they have there's the walk to and from the gig. It's a whole thing.
They didn't cover that in Joker.
Well, I mean they have time.
Anyway, so Muriel calls the mattress company. He's like, come and get your mattress. I am not satisfied.
Not satisfied at all.
Yep.
So
basically hauls away Eustace along with the mattress.
I don't think Muriel really thought that one through.
Me neither. Eustace in this episode really didn't do anything wrong, as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. And we sent him off to die,
or at least be purged of the demon.
I don't know. I think they're just going to keep him in that mattress.
Who knows what the mattress people do when they take back the mattress?
I think you store it like Raiders. I think the user's going to be in a box somewhere deep in that cave.
Top men.
Top mattress men.
What?
They'll be like imagine like a little mattress warehouse with they're stacked to the ceiling. That's where Eustace is going.
Oh, that's great. That'd be funny.
So our ending, Muriel sleeping on the couch with the dog in hand, and this is the way to sleep.
Courage is like, this is a mattress I could enjoy any day. Yeah, it's like, although sleeping on the couch will only solve her problems in the long run, because sleeping on the couch is not necessarily a good thing.
Well, sadly, they do still have the mattress outside in the trash, but it's still it's going to be the same problem.
You never go back and bring a mattress out from the garbage, Dragon.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to.
Yeah, I know. Because once it's out there, it's things could get into that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it. And basically, you never use a used mattress.
Certainly.
So yeah, that's the end of the episode.
Yep.
Another definitely a fun one. Like I said, it's not funny enough. It's not one of the ones that comes to mind when I always think of Courage. It's I think the Hunter's Moon one is one that comes to mind, or whatever. The one with the giant live action head.
Yeah, I don't think it's called Hunter's Moon, is it?
I don't think so, but you know the one I'm talking about when
I
say.
Yeah. Well, wait. When you say? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't think it is Hunter's Moon, or Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon's a video game series. I don't know.
Well, Harvest is closer, but you're right. It's something.
No idea, and of course, Ramsey's Curse, things like that. Those are the ones that come to my head. But this is still a good episode. Not one of my favorites, but still good. What do you think, Dragon?
Well, again, this one I think this one's pretty simple. It's I'm glad it's kind of less. I'm glad it's uncomplicated. I'm glad it's pretty straightforward. Just okay, we get a mattress. Get possessed, do a little demon gag, do a little exorcist gag, and our hilarious way of resolving said. Our hilarious way of going about the exorcism, I found quite delightful. So it's pretty. Look, it's not the top shelf stuff, but it's it's a solid one. It's a solid okay, this is what Courage is all about, man. Dog freaks out. We have a laugh that undoes everything, and the farmer suffers.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, in this case unjustly, but the farmer suffers nonetheless.
Oh, and I looked up. It is Spirit of the Harvest Moon.
There you go. So Harvest Moon did play a role. Okay.
And the actual name of the episode is The House of Discontent. Like, that's kind of one episode I've been advocating for. Anyway.
Well, we'll see.
Yep, so this is actually our penultimate episode, penultimate installment for Haunted Holiday Hijinks this year.
I wonder if anyone's going to guess.
This is, for anyone that's been paying attention, this episode is a massive clue into what we're doing next.
Oh, yeah.
Should I say it outright, or should I get?
Well, let's tease that it's an anniversary, and it's a very direct. I think people who watch this episode will very much be able to guess what it is.
It's an anniversary. It's one of the most acclaimed and famous horror films of all time.
Very true.
So,
also, Beetlejuice's favorite movie.
That too. Gets funnier every time.
It's funnier every time I watch it. Is he unqualified?
Speaking of which, have we done the Beetlejuice movie on this?
I'm fairly certain we have, but I'd have to check to be sure.
I know at least last year or a couple of years ago you did an episode of the animated series.
That's what I'm saying. Based on that, I'm pretty sure like we did the movie first and then we did the series. I'm pretty sure that's how that went down.
Well, that makes sense. So keep an eye out tomorrow, folks, because we'll be bringing you the grand finale of 2023's Haunted Holiday Hijinks. And that's the end of tonight's spooky selection, and our spirits grow weary, but they'll be stronger than ever next time as we engage in even more Haunted Holiday Hijinks.
Kick him in the dish, man.
You're doing the rush, man.